Welcome to Mainland Television Regional News. I'm Graham O'Brien, and coming up in today's bulletin, Region's crime stats are out, concerns grow for missing teen, Cheer awarded for nutritional power, Met Service October forecast, more staff to lose over Sealord's announcement. Crime statistics were released this week for the Tasman district, which covers Marlborough, Nelson Bays and the West Coast. Total crime for the Tasman Police District has fallen by 2.9% in the year to June 2014. This shows that the total number of recorded offences is at the lowest level since electronic records began in 1995. Serious assaults resulting in injury have reduced for the second consecutive year and have hit a 9-year low. Public place assaults have also continued the downward trend and have hit a 12-year low, and there has been a significant reduction in dwelling assaults. Recorded burglary offences have risen, however, with dwelling burglaries up. Tasman District Commander Superintendent Richard Chambers said that the figures highlighted an area that they would see increased focus. He said that burglaries along with vehicle thefts are the volume crime areas, and there is a range of work underway to address this. The Tasman Police District is also working closely with the community to ensure people understand the need to take all practical steps to protect their property. While vehicle thefts were up slightly on the last 2 years, it was still well below levels from the mid-1990s and had been trending down significantly over time. Theft of property from vehicles was showing a similar trend. Looking at the 3 areas that make up the district, the West Coast recorded the largest decrease in recorded crime with minus 8.8%. West Coast also had the highest crime resolution rate at 55.9%. All 3 areas had significant reduction in robbery, extortion and related offences, with West Coast and Nelson Bays both minus 20% and Marlborough minus 15%. Public order offences were also down across the board, with Marlborough recording minus 25.3, Nelson Bays minus 26.5 and West Coast minus 20.3. The search is still on for missing 14-year-old girl Olivia Reina, also known as Olivia McRae. After unkind postings on the police Facebook page, the community has come out offering strong support for Olivia, with many describing her as a lovely young girl. Mainland's Chrissy Small caught up with the officer in charge of Olivia's case, Constable Jude Yeoman, about her disappearance.
I'm down here at Nelson Police Station with Constable Jude Yeoman, who's investigating the disappearance of 14-year-old Olivia Reina. Can you tell me a bit about this child?
Yes, Olivia's a young girl. She's only 14 years of age. She's naive. She doesn't have any history of any criminal activity or any previous reports of being missing. So we certainly believe she's at some risk. There's no specifics or concerns for her safety, but she is young. She's not experienced in this world, and she's been missing for nearly a week now. She went missing on the night of last Wednesday, the 24th of September. Okay,
now there's some suggestion that there may have been some online grooming going on. Has this been verified?
We're looking at a number of options. We're looking at Facebook and what engagement she's had with various people, and we do want to speak to some people who have perhaps had some interaction with her on Facebook. But a lot of young people are using Facebook. It's not uncommon at all.
Also some of us, the older ones too. But now with the Nelson Police Facebook page, there has been some not very nice comments which have since been deleted. But this online bullying, it's not appropriate in this situation or any situation, is it?
No, not at all. It's really unhelpful. We're looking for this girl. Her family are really worried about her. They miss her. They want her back, and that's where she should be. So any postings to the Facebook page, it's just helpful if they just keep them strictly to useful information. Smart comments are not useful at all.
Okay, now obviously people are trying to get hold of her through her cell phone. Has there been any reaction to that, any response?
It appears her cell phone might have been switched off for the last few days, but we need to do a little bit more work around that as well.
Okay. All right, so if anyone is out there who has heard from her or has any inkling of her whereabouts, they should contact you at Nelson Police, is that correct?
Yes, either myself or just the shift sergeant would be a good starting point.
Now, she was last seen in Nelson, I guess.
She was actually last seen in Hokitika. We've got some good information in response to the media release that was made yesterday, and we've been able to sort of trace some of her early movements around Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday morning of last week. We're very confident that she was in Hokitika on the west coast. We believe she's possibly in the company of another young person, possibly a male in his late teens or early 20s. And there was some discussion in Hokitika that she would have been heading towards Wanaka. So we're certainly interested if there's any possible sightings of her around the southern region, Wanaka, Queenstown, maybe in Invercargill, Dunedin. But it's also equally possible that from there they've maybe come back up through the Lindis Pass or something like that and headed to Christchurch. She has connections in Christchurch, and there's it's quite possible that she has returned to Christchurch already. So we definitely encourage people in Canterbury to keep an eye out for her too.
Constable Jude Yeoman, thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck in locating this young lady.
Thank you very much.
Last week, Nelson's artisan drinks company Chia won an award for their high-powered nutritional drink and was named winner for the Massey University Healthy Choice at the New Zealand Food Awards. The company was launched by father and daughter co-owners Ben and Chloe Van Dyke. Mainland's Stephanie Hackes went and spoke to Chloe about the award and how they came into making such a high-powered nutritional product.
Hi, my name is Stephanie from Mainland TV. Today I'm going to talk with Chloe Van Dyke about Chia. Chia just won recently the Health Award at the NZ Food Awards. What inspired you and your father to create this business?
Chia started as an endurance drink for athletes, so we were wanting to provide a really nutrient-rich option to keep people going. And it really evolved from there. It turns out that more than athletes can do with a nutrient boost.
And how long have you been operating this business?
It's just coming up to 2 years now.
How has it been getting the product out there?
It's been a great experience. Chia has been embraced by New Zealanders. We started thinking we were just going to be going into gyms, but it was embraced by the cafe scene, so we're now in gyms, yoga studios, vegetable shops, organic shops and supermarkets throughout the country.
And what makes your product better than other products on the market?
It's the nutrient value of chia. So chia is rich in omega-3, antioxidants, complete protein, magnesium, calcium, iron, zinc, electrolytes and fibre. So all the nutrients that most of us could do with a little more of in our diet.
So where do you source your chia seeds from?
The chia seeds currently come from Australia, but we are trialling growing them in Nelson, so hopefully we'll be able to get a local source in the future.
What will this win mean for your company?
So winning the Massey Health Award is an acknowledgement of what we're doing, and it's the backing to say, yeah, you have created a really healthy food, not just as a drink, but as a food.
And do you have any new products in the pipeline?
Yes, we're currently working with Massey University to create some quite different products, keeping that innovation and nutritional level high.
Thank you.
After the announcement last week that Sealords were to lose 97 staff, further news is that another 30 workers will be added to that figure. Sealord is still saying that its process workers are likely to get other jobs quickly. However, Service and Food Workers Assistant National Secretary Neville Donaldson has told media that the group failed to mention the extra 30 workers that will be out of work who are contracted to Sealord. He said that if jobs lost do total around 130, then it would be a disaster for the Nelson economy, losing an estimated $5.25 million a year based on an average wage of $35,000. Sealord Fishing General Manager Doug Paulin earlier confirmed the figure to be an estimated 150 job losses, but said APS had indicated it had other jobs for the people it supplies and could offer work to the other wet fish factory staff employed by Sealord. Sealord's Paulin also suggested that substantial redundancy payments could see Nelson's economy come out ahead. Mainland's Chrissy Small spoke with the APS branch manager Tate Usker about the job losses and potential re-employment.
Tate, thank you for your time today. Now, of course, you were notified last week that there would be some redundancies at Sealord's. How did your office cope with that news?
Well, yeah, this is a surprise for us at the office, but it's something that we need to adjust to, and our first concern is with our workers. Just done the calculations today. There's about 30 temporary workers that will be, if the proposal goes through on the Sealord side, they will be looking for work or out of work. Some of them will be looking for work. Others may decide to take a break. But we will go individual by individual through the process and do what we do. We find work for people. We find people for work.
Right. Now, will you be taking on any of the other 97 workers who are to be made redundant?
Oh, absolutely. They're welcome in our door as well. We don't claim any exclusivity on anyone, but we'll do our best to help everyone.
Okay. Now, some of these jobs, Doug Paulin has said that there's a good chance that APS will be involved in re-employing these workers. Is that likely for all the workers laid off, or just for your 30 at this stage?
Well, yes, I guess my understanding is 97 in total will be coming off, and my understanding, based on our numbers, is that from our side, 30 temporary employees on our side will be coming off within the next weeks or months, and all of them are welcome in our doors. As for placing them, we do have slots in Nelson and the region for very reliable people such as these are. Keeping in mind, these are the best of the best. The Hokie season is finished. These people have stayed on because they are who they are. They're the most reliable. Their quality is right up there. They're team workers, and they know how to get the job done. So it's not a difficult sell.
Right. Okay. So these are highly skilled people in their field.
Yes, they're highly skilled in their field, and many of them have other fields that they came from.
Right.
And some of them will be moving on to other regions. Others will be moving on to other industries. We're happy to help them in the Nelson region, in Christchurch region, with the rebuild going on there, as well as Auckland is quite buoyant right now. From those three, Nelson is probably least buoyant, but we'll do what we can.
Okay. So people will possibly have to look at relocating to be able to get work.
Some people will have that option in front of them, and some people may take that option, and other people may decide to continue looking in this region. I'd imagine that's the correct.
Now, I believe you were having a meeting at Sealord today. Were there any new developments in that, Tate?
I haven't had a meeting at Sealord today on this issue. I was on site on an unrelated issue.
Okay.
I had a meeting yesterday with the members of the union, and these are still early days as the union presented, and our people so far have not taken me up on the offer of looking for other work before the process is finished, but the door remains open to anyone and everyone who wants to engage us during this process, after the process, at any time, confidentially, sorting their issues out as best we can, as we would do with anyone.
Right. Okay. So, look, it's also Sealords also do a lot of their fish processing over in China. Do you think that this is one of the reasons why it's hit this hit workers here so hard, is that they can't compete with the costs that China?
That's a really good question. I'm a new citizen of New Zealand. This is my adopted country. I believe in New Zealand. We're a commodity-rich country, and we need to be careful with how we manage our commodities. When workers are coming off, whether it's in the timber industry or in any of the commodity industries, when workers are coming off and when raw product or semi-finished product is being refined or finished overseas, I think that regulators need to look at that. Pointing the blame at the employers is not the final solution to anything. We need to look at the environment in which they're operating.
We'll bring you more on this story tomorrow. And now, the New Zealand Met Service has said that it should be a relatively cool and dry October on the cards for many around the country. Meteorologist Georgina Griffiths said that after a rough and tumble September for the North Island, it may come as a relief to many to see a drier October signalled in the outlook. Low pressures targeted the North Island during September, bringing a much wetter than usual month. North West Nelson and Bulla also received above normal rainfall, and of the 6 main centres, Auckland was the wettest, recording its 3rd wettest September in over 50 years of observation. In contrast, it was a dry start to spring for much of the South Island. September started out with a record run of dry weather for the West Coast. Hokitika and Westport both experienced a 23-day run with no rainfall, equaling the longest dry spell on record for Westport and the 2nd longest at Hokitika. But it's not to be all sunshine and barbecues in October. The month starts off extremely cool with blustery southwesterlies predicted to feature during the first week. As the month progresses, expect winds to swing more westerly and the temperatures to return to more normal levels. Highs are expected to move in intermittently from the Tasman Sea about mid-month. Overall, southwesterlies are expected to prevail over New Zealand during October, and temperatures are expected to be cooler than is usual at this time of year right across the country. Below normal October rainfall is likely for the north and east of both islands. After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather and update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.